NHSCA National Duels Virtual Coaches Meeting. In this video, you will hear two voices. Myself, Bob Ferraro, I help run the National High School Coaches Association, and you will also hear Eric Hess, who serves as both the NHSCA Executive Director. He's also our event producer. Let me start by saying thank you for your attendance. We have many clubs that make this a part of their schedule every year. This event is in its 24th year. The event continues to grow every year because it keeps getting better, thanks to your feedback. This is truly your event. We make changes every year based on the feedback we receive. We will be surveying the coaches following this event. Please give us your thoughts on making it better for the 2024 attendees. The NHSCA is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our mission is to provide leadership and support to high school coaches across all sports. While we are wrestling people and care very much about the sport, we strive to serve coaches across all sports. No sales pitch, but please check out NHSCA.com to see what we do outside of wrestling that we conduct.
The National Duels is hosted by the City of Virginia Beach and the Virginia Beach Sports Center. The NHSCA is committed to running a family-friendly event. Therefore, please take some time to review all of the venue rules on our website. To highlight a few, please refrain from bringing in outside food or drinks, tailgating while on venue grounds, and the use of inappropriate language. The city has asked us to remind you that they and the venue reserve the right to search all bags upon entering the facility. As a coach, each of you is now a member of the NHSCA, which includes many benefits throughout the calendar year, including your ability to nominate student athletes to become academic All-Americans, nominate fellow coaches and athletes to be celebrated yearly, and you are able to purchase discounted camp, club, or event insurance. Most importantly, you are now the owner of a year-long general liability coverage. Your coach's pass permits you to be in the corner of every session for every one of your matches during the national duels.
Wrestling will be conducted on 59 mats, 58 dedicated to dual meets, and 1 mat for challenge matches throughout the competition. We finish with each division hitting their caps nearly a month before this weekend. There are 192 high school teams, 72 middle school, 64 elementary, and 20 high school girls teams. While we'd like to accommodate the 20 or so teams that were on the waiting list, to run the schedule that works for the event, we had to put a cap limit on each division. Throughout the event, you will have some downtime. Please visit our sponsors to the National Duels. You will see their booths on the track side of the venue, which is the same area of mats 1 through 23. Special thanks to the 3 sponsors listed on the screen who are major contributors to the NHSCA.
The safety of our attendees is our #1 priority. Police will be stationed throughout the venue and in the parking lots, and we've hired a thoroughly vetted professional security team. If health becomes a concern during the event, please find one of our many licensed athletic trainers who are mat side. If needed, we also have EMTs and ambulances on site through the course of the weekend. For your athlete's personal protection, Defense Wipe soaps are available at each mat. Should you need assistance from the head table, you can find us on the 2nd level of the venue. We work very hard to run a first-class event for each of our teams, and that includes being on time or ahead of schedule. Please know that when you are scheduled to compete, plan on having your teams arrive a minimum of 45 minutes in advance. If the mat space is open and both teams are ready to compete, you will begin. You may wrestle up to the number of weight classes per match and division. For example, if there is 1 forfeit during the match, you may wrestle 1 exhibition. There is also a challenge mat available throughout the day of day 1 and day 2 of the event. Simply speak with an NHSCA staff member who is mat side on mat number 1 for assistance and how to set up your challenge matches. All of the competition mat sections are surrounded by barricades. This is for your protection and for your athletes' protection. Please respect the barricades and only have those wrestlers or members of your team and coaches inside. Please refrain from having any spectators inside the barricades.
Day 1 pools each have 4 teams. You will wrestle 3 consecutive duels and be done for the day. The top 2 teams will advance to the championship pools on Sunday, and the bottom 2 teams in Day 1 pools will find other teams that have similar records. We call them the Consi pools. Mat assignments and sessions will most likely change between Day 1 and Day 2. Check your schedule prior to leaving the arena on Saturday for your Day 2 time slots. There are 3 sessions to each day, 8 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 5 p.m. are sessions by the schedule. We ask that you arrive an hour early to your session on Day 1, as we typically run very ahead of schedule. That will enable us to get the late rounds finished earlier. Sunday has the same start times for sessions, and again, please arrive early to keep the rounds moving. When particular mats are well ahead of time, we will be sending out texts to the team contacts and coaches to ask you to organize your teams and arrive early. As your first match ends, your next dual meet is ready. We will ask officials to begin your mats immediately. On Day 2, for the 32 teams and 4 middle school teams, there will be a pigtail to qualify into Monday's bracket. All of the following I'm about to say is concerning to Day 2 championship pools. In the high school division, every second place team in the championship pools will have a pigtail match, including the first place teams in championship pools Q through X. In the middle school division, the second place teams in championship pools A, B, C, and D will have a pigtail against each other. Pigtails will be wrestled immediately following your Day 2 championship pool concluding. The Monday schedule highlights 32 high school boys teams, 8 high school girls teams, 16 middle school, and 16 elementary teams. All teams are guaranteed at least 2 matches on Monday. Beginning in the quarterfinals, if your team loses, you will still have a chance to wrestle back for 5th place. While we give each match 2 hours to finish in the schedule, matches will begin as teams are ready. For all but the high school girls division, wrestling will begin at 8 a.m. on Monday. The girls high school division, for at least 1 more year, gets to sleep in on Monday, as their session will begin at noon.
The seeds for this event are not a reflection of the NHSCA staff or event members. Teams that have submitted their rosters on the teams that submitted their rosters on the provided and well-communicated timeline were seeded by Mat Scouts and American Women's Wrestling. Day 3 will be reseeded using original seeds as a guideline, but those brackets are reseeded based on the final rosters, the performance during the event, and input from our seeding groups. We try, but cannot promise, to initially separate teams who have already wrestled during Day 1 or Day 2 of the event. We have an incredible group of officials for this event that is led by Dino White, George Dixon, and Harry McDonald. The head officials for the event, who can be found on the 2nd floor of the venue, will be Carlos Manzel and Scott Harmon. The officials have asked us to review some of the rules for the event, all of which can be found on the event website. To highlight, headgear is optional, mouth guards are required when your athlete has braces, and we will be using college out-of-bounds rules throughout the event. On day 3, those teams that qualify will be awarded the opportunity for a video review. Every team that qualifies will have to check in on the second floor of the venue to receive a challenge card. You will provide this card upon requesting a video review mat side. If you win the challenge, you will retain your card and an opportunity to challenge another call. If you lose the challenge, you will lose the card and the opportunity to request additional reviews in the future. Please note, use this carefully as you only have one. Most importantly, thank you for choosing to be a part of an NHSCA event. We hope you have a great experience and we wish every team the very best of luck.